Hello everyone, how good of you to join and welcome back to Anno 1800 to, our little survival training that we are playing here. Right now Captain Tobias is coming in, so I've changed something here, and that is the brass that is now coming in instead of the red pepper, right? So red pepper is pretty full, and red pepper we only consume with around 5 per minute, so it's really ridiculously small. That's 100 tons every trade cycle, around that, more or less. 100 tons really, and we do have 2,200 tons, so we could survive quite some time with the red pepper that we have. And instead I'm going with brass, since brass is now of course being consumed more with our additional advanced weapon production. And when we look at that as well here for the brass, we also consume now 5 brass per minute. Sounds like a lot actually for such a high quality product. In reality it's not really, as this is also just 100 really per trade cycle. I'm still pushing here 260. We have the bread, which is upgraded 2 times already, and that means that its value is actually equal to the brass, right? And we do need to get the bread out there somehow, because we are overproducing that quite a bit. And yeah, that's what we are doing here basically. By the way, with another 1500 volume of bread, I can upgrade the bread to the level epic, and that would be worth then even more. But for now we are golden with that. I could use bread probably for something else, like for example use it on the schnapps, right? So we are getting the 10 tons of advanced weapons out there with the for the schnapps right now, which is totally wasted too, because advanced weapons are worth so much more and we don't even consume that much schnapps anymore. So I think 300 per trade cycle should be absolutely fine for us to achieve, right? So that would be around 100 tons there really, right? And that's all the schnapps that we'll ever need to import for our town. I think we are capped. No, we're not really capped, but we're getting capped now with this. Let's make it 120 tons there for the bread alone, right? So that's 320 tons of bread that we're exporting there, and our production is at a whopping 35 right now. So that is 700 tons of surplus bread that we're producing. Holy cow, we could go crazy with more bread exports, but we don't really need to. Saving a bit on the advanced weapons is fine. Of that we have almost 300 tons now, advanced weapons, and we're producing them at a good rate of 5 per minute, which is a lot for such a high quality product. We also have the steam motors there, and my steam motors, for a change, nothing here is burning. I'm rather surprised really. And the steam motors, these are the ones that are consuming the brass, right? Not the advanced weapon, sorry. That was the dynamite, right? Of course. But it's the brass. And I wanted to get more brass in, not only for the steam motors, but also to boost my steam motors further. We have the logging camp there, and the lumber is getting in now, right? So we don't need that many lumberjack huts here anymore. Let's get rid of those two. Looking at my trade union, that is okay. And then we can get more out of this one here. We do have electrification all the way to this side here, so this is all being perfectly fine electrified, and I would like to have more of these for the steam motors, because I'm still going to keep my options available here for some elevators as well, and elevators do require those steam motors. Getting 2 more out is fine, right? So both of them are getting boosted, and here this tiny area is going probably to receive a wall now. For that, however, I'm going to, because this is definitely the end of this industrial district, right? For this, I'm going to get rid of some of these houses there. We need to, and then we're just going to add some nice ornaments in here, right? And also probably going to need to move this 1 step down if I want to make this correct. Then we have the wall, it continues here, and then continues like that, right? And here we have then the other gate coming in, right? And this is then the wall that goes all the way to that side. Here we are going to have another connection. Probably even going to keep my lumberjack hut here for the moment, but as we have the wall here, this is all industrial zone now, and this can also be all full of factories, right? And not so bad looking. I like that, especially with the walls then. So many details really this game offers. And of course the time of dirt roads is also completely gone. We might be dying any second, but at least we die with style. And that is with paved roads everywhere in my city, right? As long as I have some bricks. I don't think we have a lot of bricks. No, we don't. So I should be careful about that. But that's a lot of steam motors also coming in now. We are going to need lots of them. Advanced weapons and steam motors, because you might guess it already, I'm trying to get the dreadnoughts. I'm trying to get that sexy ship then up and running. if we survive that long. But I definitely would like to survive another onslaught if possible. Perfect. So this is now working, and that has revamped my docklands there a bit. We still have some ruins there. I would like to get them now started too. That's 2 expert offices. Gives me the attractiveness back again. And I think space-wise, I mean, just absolutely crazy how little space we have there, really. Yeah, I cannot even squeeze this one in anywhere. We have a bit of another area coming up here, like that depot there, right? So another island of dockland modules would be possible over there. And there's still another depot here. Let's build this one too, so that we have a nice, yeah, storage of 2,600 now. And I'm fine with that. At the same time, we have our ship here permanently stationed for purchasing all the bricks. No, not selling them, purchasing them. The timber and the steel beams here, whatever is available, right, that we can sell it then. Now it is time to have a look at Pentagons there again. We've neglected this colony there for a few too many times now. And as we can see, Pentagons is producing a beautiful amount of rum, but coffee and cotton is probably not up to the highest volume there. We are going down a bit in Sleepy Hollow. In Phoenix, sorry, not in Sleepy Hollow. I'm totally lost today. And we do want to boost a bit more of that. The rum is fine. The rum is fine. We're having a rum production right now of 25 surplus. That is okay. But the coffee, I think, is not that high. It's at 7 because we do consume some coffee there as well, right? And in Phoenix, it's at 9. So we definitely need to work on the coffee, and the cotton fabrics is at 8 of a total consumption. So this, once again, also here we are at 6. So we do need to boost those productions just a tiny bit. For starters, we are using the Hacienda coffee beans right now. Now, we do have the coffee fertility, so as some of you have been pointing out correctly, we don't really need the fertility for that. For the crop selection, though, we don't really need anything else that comes to mind right now. The caoutchouc is easily being used for the docklands, or we're getting the penny file things in like that, and it's fine too. Cocoa is being produced already, the chocolate with the bakeries, so we don't need that at all. Then we have the grain, we have plenty of that, the sugarcane, we have plenty of that. There's no other need than the coffee here anyway, right? So nothing that I would need to do. Tobacco, we have the fertility on the island. If I ever want to go for cigars, then I could be doing it over that. So what I would like to do though here is for the Hacienda, for the coffee plantations, we can boost them still. Let's just check it out how much we have there. We have the 8 surplus right now, so we can get 4 out of that per minute if I boost them to 50%, right? This one here will, oops, was this in effect now? Yes, this will boost our coffee output to 12, perfect. That means we have a surplus of 4. That means I can go ahead and build us a couple more of these coffee roasters here. So those 2 over here, right? Obrera workforce, fine. Hollera workforce, not that fine. We do have some ruins there. And it's fine again. Yep, it's fine again. And with that, I could also... the lumberjack hut. No, let's keep this for now, even though... No, actually, I want to... Let's get rid of it. I want to have a few more coffee bean plantations up there, and the lumberjack hut for the logs that we need for the rum is moving a bit further over here than to my area, and we still have this whole area available there, so we have plenty of space really for everything. And another lumberjack hut here is fine too. It does not reach the warehouse though, so it does need its own little warehouse then. Oh yeah, that's a good location there, because we could have another lumberjack hut then here. Yeah, with 93. 93 is just as good. Totally fine. And with that we have another production up there. I think we're boosting that right now. We probably don't need to. It's not giving us back that much, but I think we should still be totally fine with that. Surplus of 10, so that is fine. And in that case, let's build us some more coffee plantations, right? Oh yeah, Honolara's workforce. We're really down on them, and I might need to continue to advance my city then into this area, because we are pretty much stuffed here already. I could also get rid of this lumberjack hut here, since we just replaced another one, and get us a few more out than here at the edge of the map, right? And actually the original intention was to move them away anyway at some point, right? We don't need to have my timber production so close to Pentagons anymore. So it's fine if I get some more honorlars than up here. And we're probably going to use this whole area then for city development too. Oh yes, very good. Diplomacy. Let's have a quick look at that. Very important that we focus on that. Yeah, of course. Ladder is not good. We're at 3.8 million. So I can give them something. Bente is looking pretty good with us. Yeah, that's not working. Non-aggression pact is not working though. And asking for a quest.
I sincerely hope you find
Doesn't have a quest for us. And then we got the pirates. It's really not easy making those people happy. Ask for a quest. She usually has fighting quests and I don't have a battleship available right now. That would have something. At least you... what? It was likely. Likely is almost guaranteed. Alright. She, by the way, surpassed 1000 military score. I guess there is something bigger coming our way again. Alright, we do at least have a few more. I would really like to get a few more coffee plantations out there, right? So they do require a nice amount of space there though. So I'm going to plaster this hole full and then we can squeeze in some 2 more here. That I would like to do. 168 fields, that is excessive. War declaration, or we pay 120,000, we can do this. Right, let's do this. Oops, that was not my intention. There. We can actually do another one here if I wanted to. And with that, we can get 2 more coffee roasters up. This one and this one. Now, that is a nice production. Let's also have another warehouse then. And 5 million we're sitting on right now. I should check my shares because Bente purchased one, right? Yes, there it is. For 1.2 million. And, oh, we still have all the shares from Miss Hunt, right? And the clock is ticking for you. If I survive that long, you old hag, I might actually take you over at some point. Who knows about that? That would be really fantastic. That would be great. I mean, I do need to have the palace ready by then, right? Because we need to get the old hag then into the palace. Give her a certain room. Oh, I love my production there. By the way, my steel is at still a surplus. A very, very comfortable surplus. Perfect. And brass is at 8 now. Of course, with the increased production. That is good. So we have the surplus for that anyway. And the dynamites is looking at 5, so that's 100, and we are still golden with our dynamite income then as well. So no problem overall. By the way, the palace would cost me 2 million if I want to finish it, and 600 tons of bricks, so I still need a bit of time. I definitely want to finish the palace there. Also, there we have it, right? So this is the rate of influence right now for the palace. As we can see, almost the whole town gets in its area, except here we do have a bit of a problem there still, and this side here is not connected at all, and that we can see here. So if I make this connection then complete, right, and then we have a nice access all the way down here, and it's not even paved. So if we pave it, of course the radius gets even bigger with that, and this comes then so that we get this area then as well there somehow. That should be fine. Did we miss a quest? I think we missed a quest. It's okay though. Alright, let's check our consumptions again. So in Pentagons we're producing now 15 surplus, and in Phoenix we have the 9. Perfect. So the surplus is there for the coffee. When it comes to the rum, we're sitting at a surplus of 25, and in Phoenix we have a consumption of 10. So this is way too much anyway. And then we have our cotton, which we're sitting at 18 surplus, and we do consume 8, right? So also way too much that we have. So the rest of the space we could really use then for tobacco, if I want to go down this route. Tobacco should be golden too. With that we would get more investors out then, right? Tobacco is something that's still missed besides the champagne. Penny farthings, right? Penny farthings, where is it? Captain Tobias is arriving right now. There it is. We have 90 coming in there. Do we really have such a high consumption of that? That is, oh yeah, 100. 120, so I should actually say that I want to get at least 600 soap exported with that to have enough penny farthings for the full trade, so that we have that, right? Because this is a lot of coin that's being missed right now if the penny farthings are in. They're in now, And as we can see, the balance is going up again, and especially here, the happiness is going up again for investors and engineers. It's really low. There it is. So they should get this one at least. Looking at my consumption again, I would like to work on my next products, because in the Docklands we have 2 available trade contracts, and champagne is one of them, right? So it's only 1 per minute, so that leads 1 per minute, right? With 6,000 investors active right now, we only need 1 ton of champagne per minute. This is really not much, right? That's this one here. So that would be a nice income there once again, as we also push our investor population. Gramophone and jewelry would be the other things. But we also have another problem, and that is my fur coats. They're completely out. Reason for that is not the cotton that is missing. Reason for that is fur is missing. We don't have enough fur dealers anymore. I don't have the space for them. So I also don't want to have the space long-term wise, right? This should be a city district here. Right now it's the lumberjack huts that we still had from the emergency situation. And we have these fur dealers here that of course are producing absolutely not enough. Alright, a newspaper guy. I was thinking about actually getting plus 15 income in again, so we speed up our income process and thus purchasing the shares. But for now, I would like to keep this shrewd investment bonus there and keep the rest as it is, right? So this is boosting our happiness there a bit, which is just also very, very important. And let's go ahead, and we still have 2 trade contracts available, and I would like to use the fur on that. We could theoretically actually get the fur coats in right away, but they are worth quite a bit, and I'm already stretching my products there. I don't want to get too many advanced weapons out anymore, and I mean I still could try it, right? Fur coats, we could do it with the steam motors, for example, but the ratio is only 1 to 2, so it's not really hard or not really high. We do have a total consumption of 5 for the fur coats. That is 100 tons. Let's say 150 if I want to have a surplus of that. So quite a significant amount of steam motors would be lost to that, right? 80 tons actually for 1 trade. We could also try something else. The advanced weapons is 1 to 3. That's still, yeah, 50 tons of advanced weapons that I would need to get rid of. That's way too much. When we look at the bread, it's even worse, right? We need 4 tons of bread for 1 fur coat. So I'm not doing that. We are going with the fur, right? So fur is easy, and we can use the bread for that. We are using 200 tons here, 100 tons, so that's 320 tons, and we have a surplus, as I said, of 800, so we still have room here to maneuver. Let's make 200 tons of that. That is 160 fur. Holy cow, we need to calculate there. We do need 8, that is 160. Let's make it 200, right? To make this one comfortable, and that would lead to 250 bread. That's still quite a lot, right? So 250 bread for the fur here, that we can make the fur coats out. Let's just also quickly check if we have enough factories ready. We have a potential production of 8, and we have 5 demand. So this is fine, right? So when the factories can work, we have a surplus of that. This is what we need to keep in mind. So the fur is fine, the cotton is fine, the factory amount is fine, so the consumption will likely not go up anymore. Now, then we have the second field here, and for that, I was actually going with, I think, the champagne. We could go with the champagne either, or we go with the jewelry. There is good in both of them. First of all, where do we have the jewelry? There it is, right? The jewelry is probably the better option here, because the jewelry gives me happiness and tax income. 2 things, right? We take bonus from those 2 things, while the champagne only slight tax income and population. We are pretty high on the investor population already. We don't really unlock that many meaningful things anymore, and I'm going to upgrade more investors anyway. So my goal here right now is the jewelry, if we can afford it. That is the big if here. Let's go in, let's get in and have a look at my jewelry. For this, I would like to use my advanced weapons again. 1 to 1. All right. We do need, I think it was around 1, right? Yes, so we only need 1. So we only need 20. Let's make it 30. So 30 would be the maximum that I need, that we have for the jewelry. That's 30 advanced weapons. So we're getting rid of 75 advanced weapons now. Alright, Miss Hunt is destroying my fisheries. Okay, it's fine. It's not a big fledged out attack. So we are under siege, but it's not severe. I'm using steam motors for this right now. Okay, we have a good surplus of steam motors and I don't need them for anything else right now. We are already sitting at 650. We have a production of 120 and 70 tons of that I'm using now for my import. We still have around 50 tons surplus of steam motors every trade cycle, and we do really only need them for my ships that I'm going to build soon. That's fine. And with that we get the jewelry in, and with that we have all the trade contracts used once more, and I don't need to worry about them any longer. And I can just happily wait for the next trade of Tobias, which is happened then in 10 minutes. So that's that. Meanwhile, my Star Shadow has arrived with lots of building materials, right? So we're sitting at 700 tons of bricks now and 7 million in credits. That seems like a lot. Yes, there was a purchase. 1.6 million, and we could also purchase the next one here from Princess Jing, and I'm doing this, right? Income is important. Let's get this cracking, and we have 4 million. Oh, right, it's just one ship really here passing by, attacking the docklands casually, but that's it. I think, as far as I can see on the map, Miss Hunt doesn't really have a big fleet active right now. He has several smaller fleets there, this one and this one there, but that's it. I think we destroyed quite a lot of her ships there last time, which is fine. Alright, we could build the palace now. I'm still thinking about that. We could also probably rebuild then all of the big baddies here. Yeah, tricky position there once more. And I need to wait on the fur coats right now. We still have this district here. We have the brick factories there that I would like to move a bit further, right? So these guys here, and the soap factory that we can also... Oh, actually, yeah, that we can move over here to my trade union, where it belongs. This lumberjack hut is not needed. This warehouse is not really needed. Actually, it is needed, right? So let's squeeze it in here. This is better. And then we have this whole area available there that I could use for city, and I'm actually inclined to go with a bit more city here. Or what we could also do, let's get rid of this one there. Let's move my canneries a bit further up there. They get their street connection, so we separate them a bit, right? And there is another connection here, and there is this connection then here, and then we probably will make a wall along this one. I like the idea of that, separating my industry zone from my city further, right? So up to this one there. Yeah, let's do this. This just adds a lot more flavor to the town. So we do have our gates here and here and here, and also in this location, and then we make the wall all around it there again. This we don't need. Very good. Right, so that this stays industrial if I want to, and then we have the city here again, so I can still have more room for factories, and I'm really inclined right now to move to the assembly plant then, right? So this one here we can definitely have at least one because it's being powered, and this would unlock us the skyscraper. Yeah. But before we we do the elevators, I would like to go to Gramophones. We're consuming 0 tons of Gramophones right now. However, it's of course 0.5, I think, or something around that with the 6,000 investors that we have. So let's calculate with one gramophone right now. That is one gramophone factory, and I would like to build this one. It requires electricity, so we do need to have it a bit closer. Let's just check how far the power plant goes. It goes all the way to this area there, so this is definitely going to be core industry area for me for the gramophones. However, they do still require, beside the brass, they do require wood veneers, and that is a nice coincidence because the elevators also require wood veneers. So either I import it with the docklands, or we just do it ourselves, right? It just consumes a bit of logs. Not a lot of them. So we do need 4 marquetry workshops for 1 assembly line, and we do need, I think, 1 marquetry workshop for 1 gramophone factory. That is right. But the gramophone factory is getting boosted, so the marquetry workshop, let's make it 2. Those I'm not boosting, the marquetry workshops, right? I could build them up there with the power plant, but I'm not. We're going to have the marquetry workshops rather probably over here where we have the space, right? There we have beautiful space available. And let's get rid of the lumberjack hut.
Is under attack.
Oh, another big attack. Yeah, Miss Hunt is once again coming in, but she's just going to destroy some sand mines there, I hope. At least I hope so. And we just happily continue like nothing in the wall is happening. And we're going to build... Let's make this one. This is really expensive, by the way, so especially my resources there. This is the 4. Actually, let's move them over there a bit. I cannot move this one anymore. So there we have 4. This is all for the elevator, right? And then I need to have 2 for the gramophone that I'm going to have there too. And let's make the connection here too. Right? Probably 1 more, and then we have the cliffs. 1 more is possible here too. But they can start their work, and with that we can also afford 1 gramophone factory that is going to be electrified. And it's probably going to be electrified if I want to get 2 of them up short-term wise. Let's make 1 here and 1 here then, right? We can have this. And can we build this one? Let's build it right away. And this area here has then the elevator, because I'm never going to have more than 1 elevator production. This is totally fine. Let's build the elevator production here. It has its round, right? And that's it. And that's just perfect. We now have the elevators then, and we have definitely the gramophone right away. And this is going to be nice. I'm going to stop the gramophones for now. And the jewelry is coming in. So those investors will be really happy as they're getting the last 2 luxury goods in then as well. I just need a bit more workforce. But we have the fire here. So this is temporarily disabling quite a lot of engineers. So we do need to wait on that. But so far so good. There's some 2 very important products coming in. And with that, even more money. Stay tuned.